What is up, guys? Striker here once again, uploading a gameplay up onto Cheaters to Win. And today, once again, I have Aaron Rouse with me, and we're gonna talk about our opinion on Studio. Because as most of you may know, Studio came out with the Uprising map pack, and it's basically a revamped version of Firing Range. So we're gonna talk about our opinions of Firing Range. We're gonna talk about our opinions on Studio. Basically, how similar do we think they are? How different do we think they are? Do we like the similarities? Do we dislike the similarities? Basically, analyze it as a map as a whole. And I'm sorry for all the AN94 gameplays, but I was going for the AN94 Gold, and while on that journey, I just seemed to be doing pretty well with it. I don't know why. I think in this gameplay I was using no perks or no attachments. And I go on a pretty sick streak, but then I die to freaking spawn nade. Like, the guy was spamming nades as he spawned, and he got lucky and hit me with it. So, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, guys. And now to talk about the map. So, when I heard that in Uprising, Studio would basically be a revamped version of Firing Range, I was excited. Like, really excited. Firing Range is one of my favorite maps in Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was my favorite Call of Duty. Firing Range is one of my favorite maps in all of Black Ops 1. So, you can already tell that I was really, really excited for this. Well, really, like, every time I got Firing Range as an option to go on in Black Ops 1, I would go for it every single time, because Firing Range is one of those maps you never got tired of, you know? So, I really liked it. I think they brought back Firing Range pretty well in Studio. I mean, it's pretty much the same layout, except now there's sort of more cover. There are more inside areas that you can get into. There's more like areas you can hide in, which is sort of a bad thing, because people, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is one of the campiest Call of Duty games I've ever played. And, well, basically, even though that this game is a very campy game, this map was significantly more campy than Firing Range, because they made they kept the layout of the map, but they made like small areas, like new small areas that you can hide in, and that made camping sort of worse. And really, that's pretty much all my opinion. I like the way they're starting to bring back maps. I like it a lot, but I just feel that they made it a bit more campy to my taste. Amros?
Okay, so back in Black Ops, the Firing Range is actually one of my favorite maps. Because to me, I found Firing Range to be this map where I could just let all my characters free, and then I could just go around and, you know, I used to always outgun people there in Firing Range. I didn't really know much what they were doing in Black Ops, in my opinion. But it's like, here, like in Firing Range, the same camp spots are back, except for the fact that people didn't use them. Like in Black Ops, people couldn't really tell much if it was a camp spot or not, because people didn't really camp regardless, except for snipers, and they were kind of bad at it too. And so, like to this game now, where they made the weapons advantageous to camping, like here, where I can drive passing right now, there's this little hole that was used a little bit in the old Firing Range, but now you see everyone there every time you play. I noticed that the tower is used for spawn trapping a lot, and I also noticed that inside those trailers, you could just, you know, hold down claymores and hold down the area. So it's like, to me, especially with the target finder being introduced, so that same tower, people are there with LMGs or any assault rifle there almost all the time, and it makes me just not forget too much. Like, there's only a certain level of that I can take, but it seems people just like pushing my buttons, apparently.
Yeah, like, I like the transitions between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Like recently how we talked about in DLC Map Pack 3 Vengeance, how Uplink is basically going to be a revamped version of Summit, another map that I love. I like how they're revamping a lot of old maps, and I like how they're like transitioning very well from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 2. But this game's just a lot more campy, and there are a lot more things that you can abuse. Like, sure, LMGs were good in Black Ops 1, but they were manageable. Like, you could beat them in gunfights. But in this game, LMGs are just, like, friggin' insane. And the R870 was supposed to be a brought back version of the Stakeout from Black Ops 1, if any of you can remember that shotgun. And it's like, instead of just bringing it back, they just made it really, really overpowered. So, I think they were really trying to show the transition between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 by making them really similar games. But I feel that Black Ops 1 will always be my favorite Call of Duty because there are less things you could abuse. I had my Galil, my favorite gun. And a gun that I really hope that they would try and bring back in this game. But pretty much, that's it. Pretty good transitions by Treyarch, but they could have done better on some things. And so yeah, the gameplay is coming to an end here pretty soon. So I'll just let it play and enjoy the rest.
Objective almost complete. Don't quit now.